Welcome back to some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, this is Gabusha, and this time we're going to save the Maximum Bismarck. So this is kind of my reimagined design for the Bismarck. Um, as an experiment, I'm still within the same design displacement, and I kept the functional armor the same. I did make some other small tweaks. Anti-torpedo protection, I believe, was slightly bumped. This might have been what I already had, I forget now. Same double bottom. Same anti-flooding there. I did keep the reinforced bulkheads, but I went to maximum bulkheads and increased the barbette protection to reduce the ammo detonation chance. So a little bit better at containing fires and flooding, and helps reduce that engine damage a little bit. Otherwise, functionally the same there. Oh, could I fit in a better shaft? I can. Okay, we'll fit in a better shaft, just for funsies. Next, I switched from a 2x2x2x2 design into 3 triples. Reading, so they while all the other nations did go to triple or quad turret designs, Germany stuck with their twin turret designs from World War II, mostly because they were concerned about rate of fire issues and those sort of things. I decided, okay, you know what, we're going to keep up with, the neighbors, and we're going to go ahead and go with a triple design. So we have triple 15s, same gun quality. I also, in this reimagined version, it's a slightly different 15-inch gun of a slightly higher quality, so we actually have a standard shell, which gives us a lot more shell weight, 1,200 kilograms versus 800 before. So a good 30% more punchiness per shell hit compared to the in-game, matched design. Next, we went even heavier on our secondary design. We strapped a Prince Eugen to each side. So rather than having a 6-gun broadside of 6 inches, we now have an 8-gun broadside of 8 inches, and maintain the same anti-air complement we did before. Oh, did my 2-inch guns get deleted? I think the 2-inch guns got deleted. Here, we'll slap a couple of those back on again. They don't do very much, but they look pretty. Can we fit them all on? Some parts are badly placed. Oh, okay, it's just being squawky. Alright, there's all the 2 inches back on that we had before. Can we even fit another one in here, just for funsies? Maybe somewhere in here. They're just anti-air guns, but I don't really want to limit the field of fire of these guys too bad. There you go, something like that'd be fine. There we go, a little bit more anti-air on this thing. I mean, she's operating in the North Sea. Anyway. So yeah, we have a Prince Eugen per side. And then lastly, I added the 21-inch quad launchers that the Tirpitz would later have. So this is kind of a reimagined Maximum Bismarck. Still the same functional armor scheme. Actually, if I'm working in the maximum tonnage, you might punch this up just a tiny bit. Can we get a homogeneous 5-inch deck? A little bit of deck extended. Again, I'm working within the limits here. Okay, that's pretty much what we can get. Maybe even a tiny bit more on the secondaries to help protect them. Nope, 4.3 inches on secondaries. That's it. That's what we got. Let's go 4.2, 5.2. There we go. That looks pretty. So a reimagined Bismarck within the limits of the tonnage we have available. So this is just for fun. And I figured, why not? So anyway, here, just one moment here. I need to adjust something. There you go, OBS being low on. I wish I could keep this thing from minimizing, but when I run it in windowed mode, there's no full window option yet, so I just have to run it full screen and get the whole flicker thing. Kind of annoying, but it's kind of what it is for now. Anyway, still maintaining long range, maximum bulkheads. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, I haven't tried this ship yet. It's still the exact same scenario. So, let's see how this one does. Maximum Bismarck. Ah, so many destroyers. It hurts us. So, we'll turn in. Speed full. And, oh, we've already got stuff spotted. Turrets are already turning in, so we're actually spotting the same as our target this time, which is kind of interesting. Alright, we'll angle in. That's a pretty ship. It really is a pretty ship. And some of my reasoning here for going with the, for what it's worth, the twins, is again, they tended to recycle turrets off of other ships. So that's kind of my thought process here, is this was going to be another one of their 8-inch armed heavy cruisers, and instead those turrets got slapped on the Bismarck, for funsies. We did take one hit, but our deck armor looks to have blocked it. It did set a fire though. It should be extinguished rapidly though, with our heavy bulkheads. Oh yeah, that went out. It didn't even do any actual damage to the ship. Very good. Again, another hit. But again, we just bounced it right off. Whee! What we got this time? Okay, so these times they are an actual battleship design. These aren't the Dreadnoughts. They don't have the casemate mounts. So these are British fast battleships. They're kind of a stubby fast battleship, but hey, it's something. And again, a 12-gun broadside. Interesting. Also a 12-gun broadside. Those sure look like battle cruisers, Great Britain. I'm not convinced. These are probably like 9 or 10-inch guns would be my guess. Real pretty ship. I have to say, I really like the British battle cruisers or heavy cruiser designs late game. They look real pretty. Okay. And the screening ships are already out in force. And they're already getting targeted. So we'll go alt-right click there. And we do have shots already in on that ship. So we'll go ahead and just keep the guns trained. We're taking hits. We've already torpedoed, which is surprising. I think I'm going to put torpedoes to save. What is the range on our torpedoes? We have, because I forgot to look at any of the other options, 14.5 approximately kilometer range. Well, we'll go ahead and kite on out. And we have a good amount of secondary fire going out. Those 8-inchers are already working it, which they do have a little bit more range compared to what the 6s had. Extra 2.5 kilometers, which translates into more accuracy. And that thing is getting wrecked quickly. Again, we're taking hits, but the bulkheads are absorbing a lot of the damage. Or at least limiting it. And looks like that destroyer is getting its flooding under control. Well, that's disappointing. Again, we've taken another hit. Just want to listen to the guns a little bit here. We still have a pretty respectable rate of fire, 2 rounds per minute. Which was a German concern with running triples, was going to be a slower rate of fire. Obviously, this is probably a little bit slower than what they would have had, because they did have some pretty rapid fire 15s. But, we'll see. Damage out this British warship. Decent hits. Did we switch targets? No, we still have it as our primary target. Yep, here comes the shells. So if we get any score any hits. Nope, running short. Yeah, all short. That destroyer, the destroyer that just will not die. It's probably another one of those maximum bulkhead destroyers. They are very annoying. Very, very annoying. Okay, we probably steamed long enough. Well, maybe not. We'll steam a little bit longer this way. Again, we don't know if anything's torpedoed yet, but it wants to call that a heavy cruiser. No, that's gotta be one of their light cruisers. It's going. Is that a BB? Is it a battle cruiser? What are these things? Are these the battle cruisers? You know what? Maybe these are the heavies and those are the actual battleships. That's a good. That could be. This could be the heavy cruiser design. In which case, yeah, that is more primitive looking. Might make more sense as a giant heavy cruiser. Well, those guns sound kind of weedy, though. Let's listen to this. We're getting ready to fire. Yeah, those sound kind of weedy. Those are more likely 9-inchers. Maybe 10s. Cutting away. Alright, we'll turn back the other direction. And that destroyer that just will not die. They do, of course, have their torpedoes out. Only standard bulkheads, and it still managed to survive. I'm shocked. I mean, those 8-inchers have been wrecking her, which that is a nice thing. The 8s definitely do more damage, so. Alright, we'll turn away. Then once our guns are trained, we'll go down to a cruising speed, perhaps. Try to boost our own accuracy some. Did find that. Just the range. 12. 12.9. Yeah. Oh, fire and floating. That should finish off that one. Hopefully. Boy, that thing's stubborn. Engine damage. That's funny. The fire actually damaged the engine some. Flotation. They're fighting the flotation damage. But yeah. We could go ahead and train it back on. What's the chance to hit? 5%. Oh, no. She's out of range now. She disappeared to a puff of smoke. Alright, we're going to angle back in. Just a little bit. The light cruiser Porpoise. 7-inch armed. Pretty light. You know what? What would be our chance to hit on this dealio? Pretty poor. How about the Pasley? Pretty poor as well. Let's just put everything on the Porpoise. The Porpoise is getting a little bit too aggressive for my liking. And we're going to slow down to full speed. Again, we're going to try to confuse their gunnery. Structure, we're down 6% overall. We've been taking a number of deck hits and or upper belt, but largely doing fine. Turrets look fine. One of our secondary guns did take a hit. This one here, it's currently yellow, so it was not destroyed, just damaged. Looks like maybe one of our 2-inch guns may have been knocked out, but otherwise we're doing fine. Let's just see if we can knock out this fellow real quick. Getting some good damage. We'll go ahead and switch over to high explosive. See what kind of hits we get. Yeah, extended overpin. A lot of damage from that overpin for sure, but high explosive should do us a little bit better, providing they hit. The 8-inch guns have the better chance, but I think it's probably still worthwhile keeping the 15s on it just to see if we can knock it out just a little bit quicker. Because it's running kind of dirty. I think it wants to get a torpedo attack out, would be my guess. Yeah, it's only got underwater torpedoes, but still. Okay, turn again. Probably should have waited till after the guns reloaded, but oh well. Okay, main gunfire is not that effective against that light cruiser, so we will go ahead and switch. Oh, so many escorting vessels. What about this heavy cruiser? So what are these? So they are 9-inch armed. Interesting. They have a 23% chance to hit. Ugh. Let's smack you, and we'll go back to AP. We'll switch it over to auto. I don't know if that will make the secondaries function differently. You know, select a different ammunition from the primary guns. I honestly don't know. It'd be pretty cool if it did. Oh, we're going to turn all the way around. Ooh, ammo detonation. There we go. So it was the 8-inch that dealt the blow. A lot of flooding, so it must have gutted her with that explosion. And looks like she's gone. Very good. As always, it's a war of attrition in these types of fights. Somehow I don't think that was the better choice. Probably that one. slightly closer. We'll see. I don't like how they're spreading out. Oh, there's the Achilles. Here. Put your guns back on that thing. Get it sunk before it decides to get freaky over there and get a random torpedo blast. Well, not blast, launch. You know what I meant. Let's see here. Shots on the heavy cruiser. How are we looking? 13% chance to hit. That's not bad. Not bad at all. The Blindhelm. So they got 9-inch primary guns. And it's a gorgeous heavy cruiser. It really is. Oh, I love that thing. That is a sexy ship. Wow, she bounced. Shocked. Alright, good. Destroyer's down. Very good. I have to say, that bounce, insert doubt. Yeah, we got... Yeah, low chance. I'm really surprised that bounced. Here, we'll go back just a little bit. Make sure our front turrets can stay on. And we'll go ahead and accelerate up to full speed. Oh, it will make it harder for us to hit targets, but it also makes it harder for them to hit us. So, you know, them's the deals. Good hits. That thing hopefully is going down. Very good. And the secondaries have automatically locked on to the next destroyer. Very good. So far, so good. We have a slightly better torpedo protection overall, but it hasn't been tested yet, so we're doing pretty good. Our guns, when they are hitting, are definitely dealing more damage. Just going back up to standard shells has made a world of difference for actually dealing damage to targets when they do hit and bite. We've gotten 15-inch bio-extended pin, so it actually penetrated and detonated, which is excellent. It's a non-overpin. Pretty good amount of damage, too. And then this is same ship. Oh, yeah. Battleships. The Thunderer. Thunder. So they have 14-inch guns. 30-knot max speed. Wow, with that shape? Ugh. And slightly smaller ship this time. Maximum bulkheads, very tanky, and higher quality armor. The Thunderer and the Swift, sure. Sure, man, we're pretty swift. And actually at 30 knots with that ugly thing. I mean, that is an ugly, ugly ship. Great Britain. You did me wrong on that one. Okay, we're still doing pretty good. Our super firing secondary guns taking some damage. That's where it would be smart to, for sure, up armor these turrets. I probably should have, what I should have done was actually go look up the Prince Eugen and see how much armor was actually on its turrets and adjust it appropriately. Unfortunately, of course, I believe it armors all of the turrets to the same degree for secondaries, so turrets get very expensive very quickly. But, you know. I would love if they get quad turrets in. Oh, I would, in a heartbeat, make this a quad design. One turret bow, one turret aft, quads. Oh, it'd be so good. I love quad turret designs. They're just so cool. All right, another destroyer's down. We've already targeted the next one. Yeah, not the greatest chance to hit, but hey, you know, we have a lot of ammo, so we can make that happen eventually. We are a little bit too steep on our angle. We're taking some damage, 83%, and again, another hit. This thing's relatively tanky, but not the tankiest of all my designs, that's for sure. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Oh. Oh, we got done dirty. Oh, there it is. The structure damage is huge. Flotation damage, we're flooding, but we are fighting it. Oh man. All three engines knocked out. We are very quickly getting the flooding under control though, so that's something. Oh man. Here I was going, oh yeah, we got you destroyers now. Well, one of them snuck out a salvo, and they finally predicted us. Lame, because I'm sure there's been others, we just haven't seen them. And our secondaries aren't even firing anymore. They probably smoked up, would be my guess. No, they're just that far away. This is bad, because now we've lost our speed advantage, so we are just going to get pummeled. The heavy cruisers going down. Their chance to hit's dropped, surprisingly. Did we wreck their rangefinder, maybe? Not sure. Wreck their funnel for sure. It looks like a secondary gun in the superstructure also got knocked out. Yeah, a little weedy 2-inch gun up there. Interesting. Yep, we are definitely slowing down. And all in all, having a real bad day now. Boy, that wall of torpedoes was bad. Yeah, none of them were torpedoed lately, but... And our secondary fire is focused on it, but... Range is 9.2 kilometers, but no chance to hit for whatever reason. 4 to 6 knots, that might have something to do with it. Very fast. Eight-inch guns are finally starting to work at 9 kilometers. We're starting to take more penetrating hits from the battleships. The heavy cruiser Blenheim is about down. Some flooding. Minimum bulkheads, so yeah, flooding is pretty devastating to that ship. And it looks like she's flooding from the bow all the way up to her midships compartments. She might flood out. She's trying to pump. She's definitely got some pumping with how the number keeps going back up. It's our chance to hit now. 8.5-ish, almost 9. I do tend to round things automatically in my head, so I apologize if it's something else and I say something else. I just tend to round. Another bounce. Ricochet chance average. Might switch over to high explosive just to finish her off. I do prefer those nice meaty penetrating hits, but yeah. They look to have gotten the flooding under control. She's just about dead in the water, but you know, so are we. What's the speed? 6.8 knots. We're still making 18.5 and slowing. Set on fire. Structure still holding. We've gotten most of the flotation damage under control. You even got those bow compartments pumped out. A little bit of water in the stern. Neither of those have torpedoed out just yet. They're still selected. Come on, just sink that ship. You can do it. One or two hits ought to do it. Oh, they're starting to recover their flotation. Yeah, they're getting the water pumped. Oh no! No, just sink it! Ricochet chance average. Pin everywhere though. Go back to AP. Just hit it. Just one or two more hits will do. That's all. Damage the main tower. Secondaries are working again. They haven't yet torped. But our ability to steer is severely diminished. Huh. Rudder damaged. Historically accurate. That heavy cruiser is back up to full accuracy again now. Seems slightly inevitable at this point. Oh, come on. Just get me a hit. Let's finish that ship. That one's gonna be almost impossible with all that smoke. Those destroyers are really making... I mean, we destroyed half the destroyer fleet, but they're not worth nearly what the Bismarck is. For sure. You know, tactically. Mid-deck pin for a little bit of damage. Secondaries are trying again. These guys keep smoking up, and it's making it impossible. Hey, a pin. Bow deck extended, pin, set of fire. Again, minimal bulkhead, so maybe that'll spread with all the damage. Maybe. Be nice. Ooh, fire flooding times 2. There we go. We took some more hits ourselves, though, so not great. Put everything on that, and the secondary is back on that. So, have you guys torpedoed yet? Not yet. Speed's down to 2.4. All ahead slow. Oh, that's so bad. Did it switch to that? Oh, it is on that. Maybe that's who I right-clicked. I may have mistook it. That's alright. We have a decent chance to hit. What about, say, on the Thunder? About the same. 10%. 10%. I'm gonna keep it on the heavy cruiser. I'm gonna have an easier time knocking it out. At least right now. All right, they have torpedoed. Hard starboard. Oh man, look how bad that is now. With that damaged rudder, we could barely turn. Again, historically accurate. I might have been better turning in. I'm not sure. Yeah, I probably would have. Well, we'll see. Speed up here. Let's see if we get this big boat turned around. Depends how broad their spread is for sure. They've got some nasty spreads. I've been pretty impressed by a lot of the torpedo attacks in this game. Good pins, good pins. The heavy cruiser's taking it. Something fierce. That, I think half my secondaries are on that ship instead. Here's a picture. And then shift alt right. There we go. I think I got backwards. Maybe I misclicked. I'm not sure. Yeah, 8-inch hit. Yeah, I might have had the guns backwards. Oh well, whatever. We are still slowly maneuvering. I mean, it's more like she's pivoting in place. It's almost like her bow is up against something hard, and she's not even really turning, or still steaming the other direction. Relatively speaking, it's like she's held in place. She's so slow. Damage to main tower. Plunging damage. Alright, the ship's sinking, so shift alt right click on the Thunderer. Hey, there's a torpedo. I'm sure there's still another one out there. We'll go something like that. And you haven't yet torpedoed. You haven't either. Hey, a little bit of flooding. Standard bulkheads. These ones are slightly different. Yeah, it's a different class. Boy, they have a lot of torpedoes. Hoy. This many torpedoes is a very bad deal. And at this point, functionally, the Bismarck's a mission kill. Even if this version of the Bismarck were to sink these two battleships, something else would just come along and finish her off. You know, aircraft, another battleship may be operating in the seas. She's functionally dead in the water. Going this slow, unless there was a nearby port she could make it to, highly unlikely this ship would survive. And odds are, by the next day, you know, a torpedo attack from another carrier could very easily finish her off. So, I'd say in terms of combat mission, we failed. Ammunition, still have plenty. We've gone through about half. That destroyer's getting wrecked. You guys been torpedoing again yet? Not quite, but they do tend to get a little squirrely. And that one's definitely torpedoed recently. Oh, we'll keep turning in. See what happens. And secondaries really like that ship for some reason. Well, it's at least it's almost sunk, so might as well let them continue to do their thing. Two-inch guns have yet to do anything but ready their anti-aircraft guns. For them to be doing anything at this point, you would have to be suicidally close. Oh yeah, structure down to 18%. We're just... Yep. We're getting hammered. Okay, they've walked on the next one, which she has also torpedoed. I'm just going to maintain the same turn. Hope for the best. Hopefully they'll be going out through there as opposed to like through here. We'll see. It's all I can do. I can only dodge so much. And is that one torpedoed again yet? It's still low. Thunder is taking some damage, but it's highly unlikely we'll sink those ships. Functionally the same armor. Secondary switched over to the other destroyer, the Swallow. Pretty low chance to hit. That thing's going so fast. Hey, got one. You know that saying, even a broken clock hits the right time twice per day. Well, you have enough secondaries, they'll hit something eventually. That one's about to reload. This one's still ways off. I haven't seen them. They seem to be kind of slow torpedoes. Does it tell me the speed? 37.5 knots. So yeah, not that fast. This should be the same. Yes. Minus 68%. 23-inch torpedoes. Wow, some big torpedoes. Here are 2-inchers. Yeah, even the 2-inchers are starting to rat-a-tat. Hey, torpedoes. Yeah, this is just a matter of time. I know if it was me, I'd be commanding those destroyers. Get in there, torpedo that ship, sink it. The only reason why we're not dead is because it's the AI at this point, in all honesty. Let's center it out. And she just torpedoed again. Well, we'll see. We'll see if we can't turn back. I don't know which would be better. Either way, I think we're functionally dead at this point. I suspect this torpedo barrage is probably going to get us. Excuse me, sorry, I have the small case of the sniffles today. My guess is probably the weather changing outside again. Pretty much, yeah, it's been a bit of an odd winter up here in Alaska. Pretty much very cold. It's like one of the coldest winters we've had since the 70s. We've actually had snow at sub-freezing temperatures. Normally it warms up to snow, but we've had snow at like 20 below, which is one of those that doesn't happen. 20 below Fahrenheit. And when it has warmed up, it's immediately snowed and then promptly frozen again. So yeah, it's been a bit of a miserable winter really for us. I mean, yeah, everybody goes, oh, it's Alaska, you should be used to it. There's a certain rhythm normally to our winters, and this was not a very pleasant one. So, we'll see. Anyway, as a result, I've noticed a lot more sniffling and such just from weather changes. We're doing some damage to that ship, nothing critical. Engine 3 damage, but they repaired it, so it wasn't critical damage. Interesting. We have probably eaten another torpedo. Yep. Yep. And that one's probably going to do us in. More structure damage. More flotation damage. Flooded out compartments. It's ticking down, and there we go. Well, good game. Had a lot of fun. Again, it's the torpedoes that got us. I think we could win the gunnery duel at range. At this point, it's just there's so many escorts, and without any friendly escorts of your own to mix and match up that fight, it's kind of inevitable. Eventually, you're going to take something, especially with how hard it is to hit the ships. We have to be in a reasonable torpedo solution for those for our secondaries to even lock on, and trying to hit those ships with our main batteries is not that effective either. I mean, you could, but I don't know. Either way, it shows just how difficult of a position the Bismarck was in, for sure, in the fight for her life. So anyway, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed. We might revisit this one again sometime, but I think I've gotten my my jollies out of it for now. Anyway, thank you very much, and hope you have a great day.